Welcome to today's video. In this video, we explore a challenging yet exciting fishery, the Alaskan snow crab fishery, where American fishermen not only face harsh weather conditions but also use advanced techniques to harvest hundreds of giant snow crabs every day. We'll learn about the fishing process, how the snow crabs are handled and processed on board, and the challenges fishermen must overcome to produce high-quality snow crab products. Snow crab, also known as king crab, is one of the most valuable commercial crabs in the United States. Snow crabs live in the cold waters around Alaska, where cold and deep water currents are the ideal environment for this species. Therefore, catching snow crabs is not only a sport, but also a job that requires careful preparation and special equipment. To catch snow crabs, fishermen use specialized crab traps, called traps. These traps are dropped into the ocean at great depths where snow crabs live. The traps are specially designed to attract snow crabs, using bait such as fish, and keep them inside until the fishermen return to harvest them. A snow crab fishing trip can last from a few days to a few weeks, depending on weather conditions and the number of crabs to be harvested. Fishermen must travel on sturdy boats, equipped with modern machinery systems to drop and pull the crab traps, ensuring that the crabs are collected safely and quickly. Weather conditions in Alaska are extremely harsh. Boats face high waves, strong winds, and sometimes blizzards. During the fishing season, fishermen must work around the clock, facing fatigue, hunger, and sometimes danger to their lives. However, they always work with an optimistic spirit, because their work is not only about fishing, but also part of the Alaskan coastal economy. When the snow crabs are brought on board, they are immediately sorted. The crabs of the right size and quality are kept, while the small or substandard crabs are released back into the sea. The snow crabs are then processed on board, to ensure freshness when they reach shore. One of the special things about snow crabs is the quality of their meat. Snow crab meat is delicious, sweet and has a firm texture. These crabs must be kept in cold conditions to maintain the quality of the meat, and then they will be transported to processing plants or directly to markets. Snow crabs are not only valuable for their meat, but also for the quantity of crabs in each fishing trip. Fishermen can catch hundreds of snow crabs a day, but it is not always easy. Snow crabs are becoming increasingly scarce in the seas, so maintaining a stable supply requires strict adherence to marine and fisheries protection regulations. Like any profession, snow crab fishing faces challenges in the future. One of the biggest threats is climate change, which affects the habitat of snow crabs. Scientists are researching solutions to protect snow crab populations and make this fishery sustainable. At the same time, fishermen are also looking to improve their fishing techniques, using new technologies to increase efficiency, reduce environmental impact and ensure sustainable seafood exploitation. One of the most important factors that cannot be overlooked in the snow crab fishing industry is sustainability. Climate change, declining marine resources, and human impacts have created major challenges for Alaskan fisheries. Therefore, the snow crab industry needs to ensure that fishing is conducted in a way that protects natural resources and ensures that the resources are available for future generations. Alaska is notable for its strict fisheries management system. The state government, along with environmental organizations and fishing groups, have taken many measures to protect marine resources. Restrictions on crab size, fishing seasons, and fishing areas are clearly defined to protect the snow crab population from overfishing. Fishermen must comply with these regulations or face heavy fines or even revocation of their fishing licenses. One of the most stringent regulations is the Snow Crab Population Health Assessment System, which prohibits fishermen from harvesting when crab numbers fall below safe levels. Climate change is a major threat to all marine fisheries, and snow crab fishing is no exception. Ocean temperatures are changing, which directly affects the distribution of snow crabs. As ocean temperatures increase, snow crab habitats may shrink, making fishing more difficult. In addition, climate change causes sea level rise and changes in currents, which alter the habitats of marine species. Research is currently seeking to better understand how snow crabs adapt to these changes. This is important, as protecting snow crab habitats not only affects fishing, but is also a major issue for fishing communities that rely on the industry. Along with environmental challenges, technology has also helped snow crab fishing thrive. Fishing vessels are now equipped with modern equipment such as GPS systems, radar, and machines that help to locate crabs more accurately. This helps fishermen reduce the time spent searching for crabs and optimize the use of crab traps. After a few moments of fishermen hurriedly collecting traps filled with snow crabs, a precious gift from the cold ocean, the camera gradually moves up to the sky, revealing a vast view of the vast ocean. The golden-orange rays of the sunset dye the horizon, creating a beautiful picture. In the distance, modern ships with fishing lines hundreds of meters long are drifting along the water. In Alaska, where the ocean is vast and nature is wild, fishermen not only live on land but are also completely attached to the sea. Every day, they board boats, face the wind and waves and harsh challenges to make a living from the precious resources that the sea provides. In this video, we will follow Alaskan fishermen, who use long lines to catch hundreds of halibut and cod every day. This is a profession that requires patience, high technique and a never-ending passion for the sea. Before setting out to sea, fishermen have to prepare a lot of things to ensure the fishing trip goes smoothly. From preparing the boat, checking the machinery system, to preparing the fishing line and bait. Experienced fishermen will know each type of bait, from small fish to special lures. These baits will be attached to the hook before being dropped into the sea. This is an important step because the bait must attract flounder and cod, the two main fish species in this fishing trade. The long fishing line, which can be pulled out from 200 to 300 meters, is the main tool for fishermen to catch large fish. The fishing line must be carefully prepared, and each fishing line will be attached to a special buoy, making it easy for fishermen to monitor the fishing process. To catch flounder and cod, fishermen must pull the fishing line gently but strongly, using the strength of the whole body to ensure that the hook will be firmly held in the fish's mouth when they bite the bait. Once the boat has set sail, the fishermen begin to lower the fishing line into the sea. The buoys on the sea surface begin to drift with the current. Pulling the fishing line deeper. At the same time, the fisherman must hold the fishing line handle tightly, to feel the change in pulling force, a sign that the fish has bitten. This is a job that requires a lot of concentration, as every little change in the pulling force can be a sign that a big fish is hooked. The fishing line is pulled by hand, a little at a time. The fishermen have to make sure that none of the fishing line gets tangled or caught on obstacles on the seabed. They need to use the muscular strength of their entire body to pull the heavy halibut and cod onto the boat. The fish are quite strong swimmers, and if they are not careful, they can struggle and loosen the hook. Once the fish is pulled close to the surface, the fishermen have to continue to persevere and pull until the fish is completely on board. As soon as the halibut and cod are on board, the preparation work begins immediately. There is no time to waste. The fishermen quickly use sharp knives to cut open the fish. Removing the entrails, heads and fins. This step is done skillfully, quickly and accurately. After being cleaned, the fish are sorted and packed into cold boxes for storage. Each halibut and cod is processed immediately upon arrival to preserve the freshness of the meat. The fish meat is cut into pieces or fillets, ensuring that no part is damaged or loses quality. This work requires not only technique but also patience, because each fish needs to be cared for and handled with meticulous care to ensure that the final product is the best. Longline fishing is not always easy. Fishermen face many challenges, from harsh weather, big waves to difficult fish, especially when encountering strong winds or storms. Keeping the boat steady and maintaining fishing is an extremely difficult task. Fishermen must have great endurance and high concentration to be able to continue working for many hours at sea. This work not only provides a stable income for fishermen but also contributes greatly to Alaska's marine economy. Halibut and cod are high-value fish species, exported all over the world. In addition, the exploitation of marine resources also has a positive impact on maintaining the livelihoods of thousands of fishing families and creating job opportunities for local communities. When it comes to fishing in Alaska, in addition to technical factors, the connection between fishermen and the sea is indispensable. Each trip to sea is not only a journey to make a living, but also a part of cultural heritage. Alaskan fishermen, whether on warm sunny days or cold storms, always consider the sea as a companion. They clearly understand that each fish caught is not only the result of their own labor but also the continuation of a long-standing tradition. Alaska is famous for its harsh climate, especially in winter, where snowstorms and fierce waves often occur. These days, fishermen face many challenges. Waves can reach up to meters, causing boats to sway, putting fishermen in a dangerous situation. Not only that, cold winds can make fishermen's hands numb, making pulling lines and handling fish much more difficult. Alaska's cold weather also affects the preservation of fish after catching. After the fish are brought aboard, they are immediately stored in cold boxes or cold compartments on board to ensure that the fish meat does not spoil. Without a modern preservation system, fish can spoil in a short time, reducing their economic value. Therefore, fishermen must carefully prepare refrigeration equipment and ensure that their boats are fully equipped with the necessary tools. To catch halibut and cod, fishermen must have a clear strategy and carry out every step meticulously. The fishing line is dropped into the sea early in the morning, and pulling each fish up is a process that lasts all day. A fisherman must be present at all times, everywhere on the boat, from checking the line, changing bait, to pulling the fish out of the sea. Each fish, when pulled up, will face the rigors of processing, from cutting, removing organs to sorting and packaging. This work requires patience, because each fish may take a long time to process, especially when the boat catches hundreds of fish each day. Therefore, to maintain work efficiency, fishermen not only need to be in good health but also have a high sense of discipline. Each line pulling movement, each bait checking must be precise and sensitive, helping to increase the success of each trip. When the boat returns with a full catch of fish, they clearly feel the effort and hardship in their work, but also the joy and pride when seeing the guaranteed results of their labor and the value of the fish they have harvested. Each fishing trip not only brings income to fishermen but also contributes greatly to the local economy. Halibut and cod processing plants in Alaska have a huge demand for raw materials, and these halibut and cod products are exported all over the world, from Europe, Asia to countries in North America. Therefore, fishing is not only a source of livelihood for fishermen but also helps develop fish processing and export industries, creating jobs for thousands of workers in processing plants, warehouses and in supply chains. This work also helps maintain the long-standing traditions of the fishing community, creating a strong network of connections between families and those working at sea. Each fisherman, each trip to the sea contributes to building a common story of strength, resilience and a desire to rise. Despite facing great challenges from the sea, like many other professions, fishing in Alaska is facing great challenges, especially when climate change changes the habitat of fish species. Warming ocean temperatures, fluctuating currents, and changing marine ecosystems can affect the distribution and abundance of halibut and cod, posing a major challenge for fishermen in maintaining supplies and protecting sustainable fish populations. To address these issues, Alaska fishermen and government are seeking to develop sustainable fishing methods that limit environmental impacts and ensure that marine resources will continue to be exploited for the long term. These efforts are aimed not only at protecting the short-term interests of the fishing industry, but also at protecting the long-term interests of communities and future generations of fishermen. As soon as the halibut and cod are hauled aboard, the processing begins in earnest. The fishermen work tirelessly, each responsible for a specific step to ensure that the fish are processed quickly and to the correct standards. First, the fish are passed through a seawater washing system. This is an important step to remove sand, mud and impurities from the fish skin, ensuring freshness before processing. A group of fishermen use sharp knives to cut open the fish. Remove the organs and prepare it for preservation. Halibut is often filleted on board, due to the international market's preference for ready-to-cook fillets. Experienced fishermen take just a few minutes to skillfully separate the fish, keeping every fiber intact. Meanwhile, cod is usually kept whole to be delivered to processing plants, where it will be further processed into various products such as frozen cod, salted fish or seasoned fish. Each fish after being processed is put into cold storage compartments on board, preserved with ice or a modern refrigeration system. This not only helps maintain the freshness of the fish but also increases the value of the product when it reaches consumers. Fishermen understand that every passing second is a big difference in product quality, so speed and accuracy are always top priorities. On the boat, no one works alone. All stages, from dropping the fishing line, pulling the fish up, to processing and preserving, require close coordination between members. Each person in the team has their own role, and they work like a perfectly functioning machine. Some people are responsible for checking the fishing line, making sure that it is not tangled or broken during the pulling process. Others are responsible for pulling the fish up and arranging them neatly on the deck before processing. The working atmosphere on the boat is always lively, but also full of concentration. The laughter and shouts of fishermen blend with the sound of the sea breeze and the waves, creating a symphony of labor. Sometimes, during rare breaks, fishermen share stories and memories of their work, creating a united and warm atmosphere in the vast ocean. To protect marine resources, fishermen in Alaska increasingly focus on sustainable fishing methods. Long lines, a traditional but effective method, are designed to target specific fish species such as halibut and cod, minimizing the impact on other marine species. Bait is carefully prepared to attract the right type of target fish, avoiding the accidental capture of unwanted species. In addition, fishermen strictly adhere to regulations on the size and quantity of fish allowed to be caught. Fish that are too small or do not meet standards will be released back into the sea, ensuring that the fish population has the opportunity to grow and reproduce, maintaining long-term resources for future generations. Technology also plays an important role in optimizing the fishing process. Modern fishing boats are equipped with GPS and sonar systems, which help fishermen pinpoint the exact location of schools of fish. This not only saves time and fuel but also minimizes the impact on the environment. As fishermen do not need to randomly cast nets or lines, each trip to sea brings emotional stories. There are days when the whole crew encounters strong winds and waves, having to stop in the middle of the sea to repair fishing lines or equipment on board. But there are also days when the sea is calm. The fishermen catch hundreds of flounder and cod, filling the hold with hard work. Stories about giant flounder weighing more than 200 kilograms or rare cod are always mentioned in conversations between fishermen. These are not only proud achievements of labor but also unforgettable memories. Engraved in everyone's mind, the halibut and cod fishing industry not only brings a large source of income to fishermen but also contributes to the economic development of Alaska. Halibut and cod products are exported to many international markets, from Europe, Asia to North America, bringing in billions of dollars in economic value each year. Not only that, this industry also creates thousands of jobs for local people, from fishermen, processing staff, to those working in packaging and shipping plants. In addition to economic value, fishing also has profound social significance. It preserves and conveys the cultural and historical values of the Alaskan fishing community. From generation to generation, fishing has become an indispensable part of the lives of the people here, connecting them with the sea and with each other. The lives of Alaskan fishermen are a living testament to their resilience and passion for work. Every day, they face the vast ocean, with unpredictable difficulties and challenges. But it is thanks to the spirit of solidarity, the